Hello and welcome to Stamping and Creating with Fiona. My name's Fiona Whitten. I'm an independent demonstrator, Stampin' Up demonstrator I should say, living in Wokingham in Berkshire here in, I was going to say the sunny UK, but we have a very cold frosty morning today. So I'm popping on today to share with you the first of my sneak peeks from the upcoming January to June 2022 mini catalogue together with Sale-A-Bration. These are the catalogues. I now have my supply, so they will be going in the post to everyone next week. Those of you who've placed an order with me in the last 12 months will receive a copy free of charge. And if those of you who don't have a current Stampin' Up demonstrator and would like to shop with me, then please feel free to send me a message. You can either email, which is fiona@oakvillcrafts.com, or pop on and onto my blog and simply request a catalogue. So these will be going in the post next week. I'm afraid until the 4th of January, these have to remain closed. Sad, but that's just one of the things, I'm afraid. So I'm going to have to put them to one side. But I still have prepared some things to share with you, so never fear. So today I'm going to share with you the Daffodil Daydream Bundle. Now the bundle consists of a stamp set called, wait for it, Daffodil Daydream, and also the dies called the Daffodil dies. So you can buy these as a bundle and save 10%, or you can buy them individually. It's entirely up to you. So this is just a snapshot of things. So these are all the dies. We've cut them out using basic white, and then a couple of them, as you can see. So this particular one is designed to die cut this image, and then this one is designed to die cut that image, and then this little one die cuts this butterfly in the stamp set. But there are other stamps. So there's a Mother's Day and there's an Easter sentiment, which is probably not appropriate at this precise moment in time. And the dies themselves, they can actually be built up to create daffodils. And I don't know if there was a picture of one on any of these catalogues. I don't think there was. Otherwise I could show you. I haven't actually got around to making one yet, so that's one of my things that I'm going to do in the next couple of days. So all of these here can be put together to create daffodils. So these trumpets are designed to go on these particular pieces. The butterflies, we kind of, there's a little bit that I have to say we're not too sure about. We think it's the piece to go under the body of the butterfly, just to give the impression of different colours on the wings, but or at least that's where we've put it. If anybody else knows anything different, then please shout and let us know, because that's how we're going with it at the moment, and if it's wrong, then I will get it corrected. But the dies, there are 24 of them, oops, believe it or not, and they do fit onto one sheet. At least they did fit onto one sheet. As you can see, mine have kind of gone a bit AWOL. So these are all the dies that come in the set, and this is what they look like when it's all cut out. Now to go with the stamp set, the dies, or alternatively the bundle, there is an item in Sale-A-Bration, and it's called Daffodil Afternoon, and it's a pack of 12 by 12 paper, and I will just show you that. It's rather luscious. These pieces have been cut because I'm going to tell you a secret. So these are being used for one of the kits for January. So I love this paper. To me, it's sort of very retro. It's not the normal white background. This is very vanilla, so it's a cream colour. And of course the paper is double-sided, so you have daffodils and flowers on one side and then geometric shapes. Some of the sheets are just black and very vanilla, others are coloured. So those are those two. This is rather lush, and obviously as in previous packs of 12 by 12, you can simply cut these in half and then into threes and make 6 cards just using the whole of that, or you can obviously cut smaller pieces and make even more. It's entirely up to you. So that's the reverse side of that one. This one's quite dark. I'm sure I can find something to do with that, but as always, if you don't like one side, I'm sure you like the other one. So these look like little hearts. I'm not sure if they're actually supposed to be bits of grass but that's that one. Lovely whole page of daffodils, which is really super, and a simple dots on the other side. That piece I've already shared with you, and then the other side, I said, is black with little crosses on. Lots of daffodils and other flowers poking their heads out of grass and leaves. This is very sweet too. And then a geometric crushed curry on that side, and that is it. So that is the paper. So this is a Sale-A-Bration paper, so it's free with a £45 spend. Sale-A-Bration starts on the 4th of January, so I'm afraid you have to wait another couple of weeks before you can get your hands on it, and I'm hoping that this will be in stock by then. I was lucky enough to be able to get my mitts on it quite early on, and the rest of it is currently sitting in a container somewhere. So that's the dies, that's the paper, and the colours, if you want to know what it coordinates with. So the paper coordinates with crushed curry, daffodil delight, evening evergreen, flirty flamingo, mint macaron, mossy meadow, pale papaya, pear pizzazz, and of course black. So those are the colours that the paper coordinates. So there's lots to choose from there. Let's remove those out of the way. Now I do have some cards to share with you. So these two are cards that I made for a team event that I held at the beginning of December. We actually had an all-day craft, and these are two of the cards that I designed for everybody to make from their kits. Very simple. So these flowers have been stamped, coloured with some Stampin blends, and then they were die cut out. This is a new embossing folder. And then this is the stamp that's in the stamp set. So for this card I used that stamp and that one. So this is in evening evergreen. And then these little rhinestones are the new iridescent rhinestones, which are really very sweet. And of course there has to be some Wink of Stella on the flowers. So that was that one. The other one, I used the single stamp. Again, I used this particular stamp, and I made like a window box. So these are 3 flowers which were stamped and then coloured. These two here either side are glued flat on, and then this is got some dimensionals underneath. And then I just simply die cut I stamped this long image first, and then die cut it out using the stitched rectangles. And then these are some in colour gems that you'll find in the annual catalogue. The third one that I made, it wasn't part of the all-day event. So this one is features some different paper, which I'll share another time, and a doily, which this is a Misty Moonlight doilies. There's a pack of doilies which have 3 different colours in, so that will be in the mini catalogue. And again, I just simply stamped the image, die cut it out using one of the layering circle dies, and then just added that to the card front. And again, some more iridescent rhinestones and some paper inside. So those were the 3 cards that I have made, and I'm going to make a 4th card now, just so you can see. I'm actually just going to stick with the stamp set and some of the paper, so you can see some of the paper. Now, I haven't quite decided what colours I did get a whole load of coloured cardstock out earlier. Oops. So I've got some mint macaron pear pizzazz. This is Daffodil Delight, and although it's very hard to see with the ink pads, there is actually, you can see with the cardstock, there is a difference between crushed curry and the Daffodil Delight. And I've also got some pale papaya and some evening evergreen. So I think I'm going to make a gatefold card. Now you can make these one of 2 ways. You can use your trimmer, or you can use your scoreboard. I'm just going to stick with my trimmer, and I'm going to cheat a little bit. So we're going to need an A4 sheet cut in half at 14.9. I kind of do it at 14.85, but 14.9. Okay. Now you need, if you've got the scoreboard, it's very easy to do it because there is a particular groove already there that you can just simply use. Because you actually have to find the 5.25, because the card we want is going to be folded and there's going to be a centre. So 5.25, and I'm going to score that, not like that. I'm going to give it a good score. Now the cheats way, and I don't see anything wrong with doing it this way. The scoreboard gives you a perfect card every single time, but now you could just simply go and score it again at 5.25, but for, I don't know, it never quite works for me. So I've actually found that if you just simply fold it and score it, or sort of burnish it I should say, with a bone folder, then that will come out fine. So let's put, yeah, that's it. So that's going to be my gatefold card. Like so. So then we need to think about paper and images. So what paper shall we use? I'm actually really liking this still. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make this let's see, so it needs to be 14.4. Oops, this is going to end up being the last of my paper. Hey ho. And then I'm going to cut it at 4.75, which is half a centimetre smaller than before. There's that. So these 2 will go on the front here, like so. So that's that bit. Now on the inside, I'm going to decorate the inside as well. I think I'm going to use this piece, and again we're going to need to cut it exactly the same thing, so it's going to be 14.75 not 14, 4.75 by 14.4. That's one. That's two. I just need to remember to make sure that those daffodils are the right way round when I come to put them in. So let's glue this quickly together. There we go. So we've got, so these two are going to go on the front. Like so. Gatefold cards are very versatile because you can do all sorts of things with them. You don't have to decorate them. You could just put a belly band on them to make sure that they stay closed. Actually, I need to put it that way so then I can see what I'm doing. Or you can put a focal point on the front. It's really up to you. So that's going to be the front. The inside is going to be these two pieces. Right, as I said, I need to make sure that my daffodils are the right way up. Nothing worse than that's it. So yeah, belly band, focal point, ribbon, if you're looking to keep it closed. I think I've done all sorts in the past. And they're pretty quick to make as well. Like that. So that's my inside done. That's the outside done. And then now I need some very vanilla cardstock to go on the inside as well, because obviously we want somewhere to be able to stamp a greeting or decorate. So it's my very vanilla. So I need to cut this at 4.4 by 10. Now this, because it's an A5, started off as A5 piece of card, and it's been folded the way it has, this will fit in a normal size envelope. So as you might see, you can, once you close it, you can see that that weighs a normal size card. Where are the others? Some were safe and now I can't find them. There they are. So you can see they are exactly the same size. So as I said, it will fit in a standard card. Now, it's up to you what you want to do in the middle. Now, I'm going to stamp. So this is another stamp set from the new Mini Catalogue called Celebrating You. So I'm actually going to use this. And I like this one because it's there's different fonts, so you have sentiments with different fonts, and it covers all sorts of occasions. So we've got birthdays, just lots of love for babies, Mother's Day, Father's Day, weddings. So I'm just going to use that. And as you can see, I haven't used it yet. So I'm going to use a happy birthday, I think. Let's put that on the back of it so that we can actually see what we're doing. Happy birthday, which one's that one? It's there. For those of you who have not stuck your stamps onto the backing, it's fine, don't worry. You don't have to, it's not obligatory. This is one of the ways, this is the way I tend to do it. I've seen people take these off, put them on blocks, all sorts of things, and then add the stamp. But I just use the outline from taking the sticker off to do it. And there we go, and then just take some of the sticky off because these are very, very sticky. And I need a block. So let's put that on there. Like that. Now the question is, what colour am I going to use? I think I'm just going to do it black, and there is a reason for that. Let's see, I'm going to just line up the bottom of the stamp with my grid paper and see if that how that stamps out. That's pretty straight, so that's okay. So I know then that if I just have the bottom of my sentiment straight, then I should be good to go. So it's kind of central, stamp down, there we go. And then I'm going to colour. So we've got all sorts of colours on this. I'm going to just colour the birthday part. So I'm not going to go for the darker ones. I'm going to use the lighter. So I'm just going to use, so that's Flirty Flamingo. This is Daffodil Delight. Just macaron. I'm going to use the other end. Now if you've got Stampin' Right markers, you could use them too. Pale papaya. Don't know why I keep, so you have to remember your Stampin' blends have got two ends, so you've got a sharper pointed end and a brush end. Don't know, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to start again, I think. I don't really want to put an evening evergreen on it because I think that will be just too dark. I want to keep it kind of light. Like that. What was after that? Pale papaya. So that's that. Of course I could also stamp a daffodil on here and then colour that. So where is that stamp set? There we go. Or I could just simply stamp this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stamp that across the bottom. That will be a lot easier than sticking and colouring. And I think that will go, yeah, that will go quite nicely right across. A bit of a problem with this stamp. I'm going to go for the daffodils there are in crushed curry, so I think I'm going to go crushed curry along the bottom just to tie it all in. Like so. Try and get it even going across. That's okay. So that will go in here like that. So that can be glued in. And then the last thing I need to think about is, what am I going to do on the front? As I said, we could do a belly band, we could do a focal point. And I think I'm just going to stick to a simple focal point, and I'm going to use, what we're going to use, I think we're going to use Evening Evergreen again, and I'm going to so that I don't put any mess on it. I'm going to put this, so I know that my card front is 10.5 by 14.9. So I could put just a big layer on that, and I think that's too big. So let's see, 10.5 less 4 is 6.5. So let's make it 6.5. Let's go that way. 6.5 wide. And then 14.9 less 4 is 10.9. So this should then be even on there. If you can see, it's kind of got an even border. And then I am going to cut a piece of very vanilla. So I could just cut another piece of this and put that on, or I could cut a piece of very vanilla and put that on after I've stamped on it, and that's what I'm going to do. So I have to go man now because I can't remember. So it was I want one that is 6, because again I want to go 0.5 centimetre smaller. 6 by, and then that was 10.9, so I want 10.4. So that's that. It's a nice layer to go on there. And then I'm going to stamp. Let's see, do I want to stamp a single daffodil? That would look nice on there. So I'm going to stamp the single daffodil on here. I'm also going to do this in Memento because I want this to be able to colour this. Let's see, let's do it. It's set in the middle or thereabouts. Like that. And I'm going to colour it. So I'm going to use, obviously daffodils tend to be yellow, but not always. So let's go for blue dye, so saffron. So that's the trumpet. And there, outside, I'm going to do it. Let's see. I'm going to put some of this on as well, actually. So we've got slightly different colour. Like this. You don't have to go all the way up to the edges, especially since the alcohol markers, these markers will bleed, so you need to be careful not to do that. Now I am going to use the pale papaya to give a slightly different colour to the outside. The one thing I like about these images is that they kind of show you where to put the darker colours, so it helps with the blending. It takes the guesswork out of it. I will not profess to be the best in the person at colouring. Right, I don't know, do I really want evening evergreen leaves? I think I'm going to start off with mint macaron and then see how it goes. So there's not much news. I mean, run up to Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still kind of, I've just about finished all my cards now. They're all going to go in the post today, which I know is a bit late, but they will get there. So that was a bit of dark evening evergreen that I've put on. Just blend it in with the mint macaron. So I'm not sure. I mean, other than we've got obviously got the upcoming catalogue. What else have we got going on at the moment? Not much else. Obviously, we have things like the sale going on for the items that are retiring. So last chance to get those is going to be the 3rd of January. Eden's Garden paper, which was a limited release just for this, for pre-catalogue, will no longer be available come 4th of January either. So if you are wanting some of that, then now is the time to get it. So that's going to be my finished card. So I'm going to add this with some dimensionals, but I need to remember that when I do it, I don't want to have the dimensionals going right across. Otherwise, basically, I'm going to be sealing the card shut, which kind of defeats the object of having it inside. I may as well just send a postcard. Has been known. And as always, I have lost my dimensionals. I even put them to one side so I knew where they were. Yeah. I never know how I managed to misplace them. So yes, so be careful when it comes to doing this. So you want to make sure that they're on the left hand side, because I want mine to be fixed to the left hand side of my card. So make sure again before I start sticking them on. I'm just going to do 5 like that. Put them on. Now of course you could add ribbon, you could add all sorts of things to these. So that's kind of left, right, up and down. So that's my card there, and I'm going to add some iridescent rhinestones. I don't know if you can see. They're very, very pretty. I think these are going to be in demand. I know my ladies from Card and a Couple will like these. I'm just going to dot a few of these on. Let's go for a bigger one. I think I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to go too mad. As you can see, I just haven't quite managed to avoid having a dimensional sticking out. So I'm just going to use my pokey tool. I'm just going to use the, this is my Take Your Pick tool, and it's got a pokey tool bit on the end. I'm just going to use that just to poke that in so that I know it's not going to end up sticking on the card. So that's that. And then of course, mustn't forget an envelope. So I've got a very vanilla envelope here, like so. Now I could do an image, but I think I'm going to just stick with stamping this on. I don't want to go down the side, and I think I'm going to stick to just put it on the side. So again, I'm going to get my crushed curry, like so. Let's put that away so I don't end up with my fingers in it. I'm just going to do it down the side. Does mean that a little bit of it will get hidden by the stamp, but hey ho, there we go. That's it. So that's my finished card. So we have a Daffodil Daydream Gatefold Card. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, catalogue's going in the post next week. If you don't have a demonstrator and would like to shop with me, then a UK demonstrator, that is, obviously I cannot send them to anybody outside of the UK, then please just send me a message with your address and I will get them in the post to you next week too. And then the catalogue and the Sale-A-Bration goes live on the 4th of January. Sale-A-Bration is as before, so a £45 spend gets you a free item, such as the paper that I've used today, and which coordinates with the Daffodil Daydream items. And yep, that's it. I will be back next week with another Stampin' and Creating, because it's the last Wednesday in December. Wow. Time flies. So I wish you all a very happy Christmas, happy holidays, wherever you may be, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.